Hey guys, so for today's video, we are going to be showing you guys the Wylie school districts.
The Wiley East and the Wiley West. We'll go to both sides. Wiley used to just be in one school, but now it has exploded. So I know a lot of you with coronavirus can't get out to Abilene to look at it, so we just kind of wanted to show you our city.
Let's get started.
Driving out to the Wiley School District. We have the brand new Golden Chick on your left, and then Hendricks has a small emergency room right here on the south side of town. Abilene is known, or actually the big country is actually known as the Bible Belt because there are churches on every corner. So as you can see on your right, there is one of our mini churches and another one up here on your left. So on the left side right now, that's Abilene School District, and on your right side is Wiley School District. So we're actually on Buffalo Gap Road right now, and it is one of the busiest roads in Abilene. Every once in a while you have to wait at the light like one extra time, and it's highly annoying. Just kidding. Right up here on the left is the Wiley School. So this is actually for pre-K. So if you have a pre-K kid or Wiley kindergarten, and then the administration is all in this building. This actually used to be all of Wiley School District, like back in the day. Whenever I was growing up, I went here in 2nd and 3rd grade. Caitlin, that's holding the camera, actually went here. What grades did you go here? Kindergarten?
Yeah, probably kindergarten.
Through maybe 2nd.
Yeah.
Back then, they had a couple extra grades. Abilene teachers, you don't have to be a teacher to be a member. A lot of people in Abilene use that bank. And First Financial is another good bank too that'll be up here. So this is Antley Road that we're on. A lot of you will call it Antilly, and that is not how you pronounce it. Whenever you get here, that's what people will tell you. It's Antley. It's actually named after the Antley family. So they donated the land for the Wiley School that we saw just a few minutes ago. The Antley family.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Me neither.
So this is one of our subdivisions that we're passing on the right.
It's brand new.
Yeah, it's a brand new subdivision. They have a community pool.
Another church.
Another church. Like I said, we're here in the Bible Belt. Also to the left, that is Fairway Oaks. It's a country club. You get, whenever you're a member, and if you live there, you don't have to be a member, but you get to use both facilities. So there's a golf course at Fairway, and then also a golf course at Abilene Country Club. So you get 2 golf courses in one. Pretty exciting. So now we're going to turn and go. So Wiley was actually, so it started, it was all in that one building that we were at, and it was kindergarten through 12, long time ago, and it has grown explosively. So now there is Wiley West and Wiley East. I think, wasn't that just started this past year?
Yes.
Yeah. So this was the first year of Wiley East being open. But right now we're on the Wiley West side that we're going to show you first. We just know a lot of people can't drive to Abilene right now during the coronavirus. So we thought we'd kind of show you our town. These on the left are our beautiful mesquite trees. I mean, if you're coming from Florida or California, I'm sure you think these are great. Just kidding. They grow everywhere around here. So right here, we're still in Abilene city limits. But some of these houses, even right here, have, you know, acreage with them. That's one of the great things about Abilene is that you can get acreage with your house. You could get anywhere from, you know, a ½ acre up to 30 acres, just depending on how much acreage that you're wanting. So up on your right, we're going to pass by, this is Wylie Elementary School. You can see that. What grade is that, Taylor? I know it's 1st grade because I pick up my...
Might be 1st through 3rd.
There's a playground back there, baseball, or...
There's actually a road that connects both schools.
Oh, yeah, behind it, there's a road that connects both these schools. And then what grade is this one, Taylor?
This is the intermediate school, and it is...
4th and 5th? That's what it was when I went.
5th is now junior high.
Oh.
So this would be
maybe 3rd and 4th.
Back in the day, this is where I went to junior high.
And when was that?
Like 2 years ago. All right, so now we are turning on to Beltway Road. And now you can see another look of this is Wylie Intermediate West. Another thing I think that they still do is if you need to, you know, like if you have multiple kids, when my kids were young, they could all ride a bus to one school and I would just pick up at one school. So
yeah, and we haven't had the West and East forever. It just started last year just because Wylie was growing so much. So now it's all separated, and we'll be showing that and explaining more of that too as we get there.
So the next school is, what do they call this?
The middle school and junior high.
Wylie Middle School. So this next school is where I actually graduated from high school, you know, like a few years ago. Or maybe like 20 something.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe like 25.
We also have one of Abilene's biggest churches, I would say, right up here. This is Beltway South, and there's also Beltway North right here. And they also have after-school programs, too, for kids, so they can ride the bus over there.
So these two schools have a bridge that just connects them.
Yeah, so there's the gym over there, and this is where I graduated from high school back in the day.
That's a junior high.
Well, that's a middle school.
That's the middle school.
And then this right here is Wiley West Junior High.
They switched them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I know nothing.
Those are all the bridges that connect.
Oh, bridges.
This is a newer school. Let's see, Taylor, this one opened when you were in 5th grade. So now Taylor will be a senior. So it's not too old.
And there's signs that say stay off the grass, but they don't really matter. You might get yelled at, but it's fine.
We have a rule breaker back here.
So this is Bella Vista subdivision. There's lots of houses for sale in this subdivision. I would say most of them are $250,000 on up. And then on your right is Mesquite Forest. It's been here since 1980. And those, you know, started probably around 120, 130 on up. So those are mostly a little bit older houses. There's a couple, you know, that have been built in recent years. So now we're headed back to Buffalo Gap, so you can see we've gone in a square, basically.
And then we're going to be showing Jim Ned too, which if you want to go to Jim Ned, you can just turn left here.
We're back to Buffalo Gap Road. That's the convenience store that I used to go to as a kid. They taught me how to get gas for the first time. All kinds of new things. There's a dentist office right here that's out in the Wylie area. Morris Dental Associates. Another church. This house right up here, the big white house, people always ask about it. It was actually built by a hotel company called the Royal Inn back in the day, and that's where the owners lived. And it ended up going into foreclosure. So here is
a liquor store and a donut shop.
That's the donut store they just built. Look how nice. So if you like donuts, that one's pretty good.
Lots of neat things. They've really been starting to grow things out here. There's a new taco casa. The Dollar General has been here for a while. Still lots of new subdivisions, like over to your right. New subdivision right over there. Yeah, we used to not have any apartments in the Wylie School District, but now there's some right across the street from Wylie High School.
Up here is the Shed and Mickey's, which are both local, and they're super good.
And there's Frios, popsicles.
Gourmet Pops. The Shed has has some of the best barbecue. Nikki's is my favorite place in the
She
entire
makes us
world.
go there every single day.
They have sugar-free yogurt.
Mr.
And back
Burger!
to our beloved Mr. Burger.
Oh, there's Colin.
There's our brother-in-law.
He's actually at Mr. Burger right now.
So up here on your left are the first apartments built in Wylie School. They were just built a couple of years ago. And then there's lots of new developments even just down this road as Wylie has grown. This is the Bulldog Stadium. One of the neat things about Wylie is they have the doghouse. So anyone can go work out in their facility. I think it's just if you live here, right?
Yeah.
It's just a community thing.
Yeah. It's just closed because all gyms had to be closed due to the coronavirus. We're actually going back behind so we can show you the baseball field. So normally there would be a lot of baseball going on this time of year, but coronavirus has changed all of that. So at the high school here, it's 9th through 12th grade. Lunch is on campus. You can't leave. So I know like a lot of places they have open campus. We do not have that here.
So this is the front of the school. And the gym. And all the little paw prints. Okay, so now we're headed to the new Wylie schools. We have Wylie, is this East?
Wiley East is where we're headed. So over here, we're by Kirby Lake. This is actually, we're on Maple Street. So if you're looking on a map, it's Maple. The subdivision coming up on your left is Parkside Place. So if you've been looking for houses, that would be like Cinderella, Yellow Brick Road, all of those houses. And those start probably now like in the 180s on up. And they are on your left. And then on your right are the Wylie baseball fields. And softball fields. So like for all the younger kids that play baseball and softball. This is where my kids hung out a lot when they were young. They love to come up here and watch the kids play baseball. Right behind the baseball fields is Kirby Lake. It's not a lake that you would want to swim in, but it's a fishing lake. Then over on your left is another subdivision called South Lake. It's a newer subdivision, started probably like 2012 maybe. So this is one of the new schools for the Wiley West. And so, Wiley East. This is the elementary. So the kids would start here. So as of right now, like Wiley East and Wiley West meet in middle school. Although they are going to be building other schools over here.
There's another school down here, which I think is the Wylie East Junior High.
Yeah, so this is a brand new Wylie East Junior High. So this just opened this year. So a lot of the houses over towards the Wylie East area are going to be out like in Potosi. And those are going to be where you have an acre lot. So, or your outside city limits. I mean, there's some inside city limits on smaller lots, but then there's also a lot on larger lots. The other thing about Wylie that we were talking about a few minutes ago is there's no uniforms. So there are dress codes, but as of right now, I mean, you can still wear whatever you want without having uniforms. So, well, that completes our tour of the Wylie schools.